The dowel band combination, especially attached band, is a great way to go ahead and mobilize your shoulders and get them ready for a workout. Let me take you through a 10 exercise sequence that you can go ahead and apply a 30-second on, 5-second transition to go ahead and use as your next upper body warm-up. First of all, let's talk about the setup. Use a very light band. I typically like to use a yellow super micro band or maybe an orange band. At the very most, usually a red small band is the most resistance I'll use. When you attach the dowel, I like to use a 5-foot dowel because I like to be able to reach wide with my hands. Also, make sure the dowel is firm. I like to use the extra firm PVC pipe to go ahead and use for this, but I don't want it to be a heavy bar because I don't want gravity to play a big role in the movements. When I go to attach the band onto the dowel, I'm going to go ahead and roll the band back and create a loop. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide the dowel through. I used a dark dowel, so hopefully you can see the yellow band. And I'm going to center the band and then slide it on. Now, if you want, use two bands linked together to create even more variable resistance and make it even easier on yourself. Plus, you can adjust based on your mobility and how you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Now, I have the band attached low because I want the angle of the passive overpressure to be more downward to mobilize my shoulders. You'll see that as we get started. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and step out. Now I like to go ahead and go into a kneeling position. Make sure you pad your knee if you need to. I also like to reach on the end of the bar first, because it's going to allow me some additional leverage while I'm stretching. So in this half kneeling position, here's the key. The horizontal force is going to engage your trunk muscles immediately. Keep that low back as I turn to the side. Keep that low back flat. Keep that back hip or butt really engaged as you go through the movement so you don't start compensating through your low back. The horizontal force is perfect for that. And then the dowel allows you leverage to stretch your shoulders as you're about to see. So let's go ahead and let's get started. First movement is just a half kneeling, and I like to go ahead and just start doing an open overhead shoulder stretch. Now a couple of variations to this. You could do a shoulder press. So you could go up and then back, bring it back, drop down, and overhead. So that's your first exercise. Obviously, you're going to do that then on the other side. Your third exercise, I'm going to go ahead now and do more of a rotational movement. So I'm going to open up that way. I might go for 15 seconds doing that. Then I'm going to bring it back over my head. 15 seconds going that way. See how the band pulls me down and back as I stretch. Go slow, work on your breathing as you're going through that. Obviously, you'll do that on the other side. Now we're going to go into exercise 5. It's lateral flexion. Here's where grabbing the band really helps. As I can pull myself down, use my left hand to literally pull myself further into lateral flexion while my trunk is engaged to keep my back neutral. So I like to go ahead, drop down. I might even do a little bit of a rotation to go ahead and get a little bit of the transverse plane into it. Once again, you're going to do that on both sides. Exercise number 8. I like to drop down, go behind my head, and work external rotation. So I'm just letting the band pull me back. Now here's where you might want to go ahead, take a closer group, drop down, and work rotation like that. I find a little bit wider allows me to open up my shoulders and stretch out. The whole time, my right hip flexor or my left hip flexor is stretching out. So there's number 7, number 8. Number 9 is going to be around the world. I'm going to go all the way around, come back here, all the way around. Now this is really important to make sure you keep your trunk tight and not let your low back compensate as you're going all the way around the world. You can do that on the other side, or if you want, you can bring it all the way up into a standing position and finish up with just some simple reach backs and come forward. Reach backs, come forward. So now you get a little bit more trunk activation because you're getting a little bit more movement. If you want to add a step with it and really get your trunk engaged. When I'm going directly overhead at the end, I'll also come narrower so that I have to go ahead and just really open up my shoulders and engage my trunk and really work some great overhead shoulder flexion. So there you go, guys. Your dowel band attached mobilization for your shoulders. Play around it, have some fun with it. There's so many ways you can go ahead and do this movement. Remember, we didn't even have you face different directions. We had you facing the same way. That's another option that you can bring into this.